continuing with the UNeed2 Tech for Good nonprofit organization here in Tracy, California, and we're bringing in the other staff, part of the team of UNeed2, Rashawn and EJ. Welcome, you guys. Thank you for joining us. So as Eric and Linda was telling us the inspirational stories and their motivation for how UNeed2 got started, these two are the example of what seed they planted for the community and for their organization. So tell us, you guys, your position and what.
Okay, so like you said, I'm Rashawn Tillman. I'm pretty much the shop supervisor. I've been here for about 2 years now. Graduated from Arkansas Pine Bluff. And from there, I just kind of, fell in love with helping out the youth. Technology was something that kind of came to me pretty natural. So from there, it was just giving back, passing on the knowledge. And then I came home from there and I started applying for jobs, and then UNeed2 popped up, and I'm like, this is amazing, right? I'm like, they have helping the youth, which is something I want to do, and they have computers. So I'm like, boom, best of both worlds.
Right.
Came in for my first interview, met Eric and Linda, and I was like, I think this is going to be a perfect match. And I've been here ever since.
So this was your first?
This has been my first and only job.
Really?
Ever.
For 2 years?
Ever.
Wow.
Before that, I was playing
That's
baseball.
pretty good. That's pretty good. So it was just meant to be for you to just walk in just like that. What about you, EJ?
Well, a little different. I'm their kid, so.
Oh.
So, kind of born into this whole thing.
Nice.
I come help out over the summer. I overlook the youth interns in the summertime. I'm currently going to school, finishing up my undergrad in Oregon at Lewis and Clark College, where I play football, run track. And yeah, I'm kind of just the guy that just helps out wherever I can.
Whenever.
Yeah, whenever.
Are you visiting, or are you?
Yeah, I'm here for spring break right now.
Okay.
But I usually come back in the summer.
Okay, that's nice. So what do you think? Do you think you're gonna step into mom and dad's shoes later on, or what do you?
I kind of want to venture off into my own. Want to get into law enforcement eventually, so.
Okay, you could just, say, okay, like, maybe mom and dad look good right now. We're like, oh, I'll help out eventually. But it's all good, hey. I mean, you're here, you're still helping some way, so I guess that's all that matters.
Yeah, we're grooming our other adopted child.
Those still shine. Okay, that's so awesome. So what do you, Rashawn, tell us more, like what do you feel that you see the youth, like what's some challenges that you feel that you see with the youth or just working here from your experience?
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know if it's just here in this community. I kind of feel like it's a generational thing. Just kids come in here and you can put technology in front of them. They'll tell you how to use it, right? Everybody's hands on it. Like, I can tell you how to get to this app. I can download this. I can go on the internet. And I start taking a step back, and I'm like, well, at some point, all of this machinery is going to need to be repaired or fixed, right? And then that's when I start to ask the kids, like, well, if this happens, if this goes down, do you know how to fix it, right? Instead of taking it to a different company or relying on somebody else, it's like there's also a side to technology in the repair business where you can make money from it, right? And that was kind of my same deal where I was almost forced to kind of get into technology because my backstory comes from my PlayStation breaking and I didn't have money to get it fixed, right? So I took it upon myself to say, okay, well, let me go ahead and try to fix it. And from that point on, I was like, okay, I can be around technology all the time. And I just kind of see that in the kids, and like as I'm teaching, they're asking me like, well, how do I upgrade my computer? I want to play more games. Or there's a new game that comes out, and I'm like, okay, well, let's do some research. Let's figure out what your game needs. Let's figure out what parts we can get for you and things like that. So now it's almost as if it's a game building their computer to play the game that they want to play. Right. So that's kind of been that transition, is getting them to step back from just playing games and actually building your environment to play the game.
Right. So did you know this before your PlayStation broke down, or like
No idea.
you didn't know?
idea.
How old were you during this time?
I was somewhere in like middle school.
So
right,
maybe
so-
like 11, 12?
Yeah, but
Wow.
the problem was like I'm in middle school and I had like 300 different pieces laid out
Oh,
on the
gosh.
floor, and I'm
Yeah.
like, if I don't fix this, I'm gonna be in trouble. Like, honestly.
Right, so that motivated you.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, if this happens to me, I'm like, it's happened 100 times over.
Exactly.
Right, so.
Exactly. So, do you feel there's kids out there right now that's like facing the same thing, like, you know, not just being able to just replace it, you know, going out and buying another one, but like,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. And that's kind of the audience that we cater to, right? Because not all of the kids have access to
Right.
go out and buy new parts, right? So that's why it's like, if we have kids that come here and they're asking for parts, we either give them a discount or have to do like community service hours to kind of work off for parts and things like that. So we just want to make sure that all opportunities, you know, technology, either school, if they need a place to study, things like that, everything could be done inside of everything that we've built
you
here.
need to be here.
Exactly.
So you can get it fixed.
Exactly.
What about you, EJ? Do you have any like stories, or how you like? What do you find rewarding about just being here?
Honestly, the most rewarding is just giving back to the community. Past couple of summers, we've done like a back to school computer and backpack giveaway, and just seeing all the people come out and have a good time and be able to get those supplies and get the things that they need for the school year.
Right.
It's really rewarding, you know. So seeing the kids smile and fight over backpacks, yeah, it's a good time.
Right. Have you always been? Are you tech savvy, or like are you?
You know,
What's
I'd
your-
like to say I'm pretty tech savvy. Kind of been working with this guy
Okay.
forever for my whole life. Kind of all started working on computers in the garage, and
Okay.
my computer would break, and I'd be like, "How do I fix?" And you'd be like, "Figure it out." So kind of got a mentor to help me out
Right.
with the tech savviness, which is cool. So.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So what do you guys? Oh wait. You're back to you. So you're the lead tech, right?
Yes.
So you also help do the training and the IC3 program. I know they explained a little bit about it. Do you have anything to add on about?
So just to kind of give you guys an overview of the IC3, it's broken into 3 parts. One part would be online living, and that sort of goes over like emails, web browsing, things, basically anything that has to do with interacting online. That class sort of covers that. And then the second part would be key applications, and key applications are geared more towards people either in the workforce, right, or kind of in a more organized setting, because it goes over Microsoft Office, which includes Excel, Word, PowerPoint, things that communicate ideas, concepts, right? It could be homework, it could be a business meeting, things like that. You just need the basic fundamentals, right? Those key applications to be able to take it either into the workforce or school, things like that. So it covers all those applications. And the last part, which is probably the most challenging, is computing fundamentals, and it's more on the technical terms of a computer. And it really just explains, you know, what we kind of talked about earlier as far as like knowing the parts of a computer, how they work, what you may need to set up. And another component that I like to add while teaching the class is comparing it to real life situations, right? So I'll kind of ask people like, well, if you're shopping for a new computer, like what have you seen out there? Like what's on the price tag? Like let's talk about that. So that way when you're looking at the specs or somebody's talking to you, you can actually understand, okay, well I'm paying $200, but it has this, this, and this, instead of overpaying for something that you don't really need. So IC3 it's a really good program. It comes with a lot of good training videos. The videos are accessible all the time. They have exercise labs, which are done through a virtual machine. A virtual machine, just to kind of touch on that, is a computer inside of a computer. So you'll get the same access as a full system, but you don't have to worry about actually changing the settings on your computer permanently. It's like a simulator. That's more of a good term for it. It's a simulator. And those follow everything that we go over in the text and the materials. And yeah, I think it's just a really good program. It's going really smooth. I've taught foster youth classes with it. They loved it. I've taught adult classes, adults who are trying to get back into the workforce. They've had no problems with it. I've even had a couple senior citizen students who have also came in, and it's a self-paced class, right? So there's no rush. You don't have to say, okay, I have to sit down every single day and do this amount. It's kind of just on your own time. Like I said, the material's always there. It's not really overbearing where it's like, oh, if I start 6 chapters and I leave for a month and I come back and I won't understand it. Like, it's really cut and clear, and it's just a really good program, I think.
So, the different age brackets, I mean, they can come in whenever, like, it doesn't matter if you're 4, or not 4, but, you know, like 10, 20, 50, they can all come in that same day. It doesn't matter if everyone...
Yeah, as far as coming here, yeah, we accept anybody to come here as long as we're open. You don't have to call, you just kind of show up. We always have computers available for people, you know, to get to work on. It's just set up to where you don't have to take all 3 classes if you don't want to. We can kind of just get you started on one section. Like, a lot of times people come in and they say, okay, I just want to focus on key applications. Like, I need to understand this program, and this program, and we'll cater to that. Like, we won't have you sitting through computing fundamentals if that's just not something you're into. Like, the program is based on needs, pretty much.
Very good. All right. Yeah, you need to. Just the name just always makes sense when you guys explain. Awesome. So what's the next step for UNeed2? What do you think you guys are going to work on, or any current projects? Like, what's...
Yeah, well, I think, you know, our current projects we're working on is really expanding. You know, we really want to focus on the people who need us the most. That's our #1 focus. There's a lot of families and young people out there who want to learn a skill or want to do something different. And so that's kind of one of our main focuses. However, you know, we want to be out there and be available to anybody who wants to learn. So we've been in contact with San Joaquin Department of Education. So we're trying to start bringing more of our programs into the schools. We had a meeting with San Joaquin County Probation Department a couple weeks ago, and so we want to be able to bring, you know, our programs inside of the juvenile hall facilities, because those are the kids who are going to need us. You know, not necessarily that all these kids are going to go to college, and but at least if we can come in and we can touch them and get them a certificate or certification prior to them exiting out of juvenile hall, we're already setting them up on a good path. You know, hopefully, you know, at some point, when we do get that opportunity to teach them that certification, we can bring them back and have them intern here, and then even give them more skills and hopefully be able to get a job from that. So this is just kind of the beginning steps in changing the lifestyle that they once had into something better.
Awesome.
Yes. I'd like to see us go into the cities again that need us the most, like Stockton, Oakland, and then breaking the barriers and even locating to like LA, or, you know, those parts of California, and then eventually venturing out to the other states that need us the most. And there's other states that need us a lot, and we're the only nonprofit organization that focuses on what we do. There isn't any around. I want to say maybe San Francisco may have our programs, but they're different in a way. But I'd like to see, right now we're in San Antonio, we have a satellite office there, we want to expand that area, like EJ's in Portland, would love to, you know, get into the Portland area, and really, like, my dream would be in Detroit, you know, somewhere like that, any other city that is needing our programs, I would like to see us go nationwide.
Awesome, awesome. So you said Detroit. How come Detroit?
It just what's going on today, and you know, we want to reach those and you know, give them different options, and I don't know, it's just in my heart. You know, Detroit just came to my mind.
Yeah, that was. I'm like, do you have any friends or family over there, or no one? Has anyone reached out to you guys from Detroit? No. That's interesting. Okay. Wow. Okay. So where do you, Rashawn? Sorry. So with everything that's going on these days, there's a lot going on. I'm sure you're aware. I'm sure you guys are updated too. But with the youth, how do you feel that UNeed2 can step in and, you know, like, what's the word? Just how do you feel UNeed2 will make an effect on the community or just nationwide? You know.
Honestly, I would say that we're ahead of the curve, just because technology's taking over, technology's fast, and we're giving people the skills to basically take advantage of that.